weeps with happiness when an Argonian hatches. How can a tree weep?
What nonsense. Everyone knows the Hist isn't a tree.
I saw strange lights coming from Tenmar.
Oh, what have I done?
I thought it was deserted.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No more drinking. My head's splitting. My mouth feels like a cagoody nested in it. And I'm in serious trouble. I don't suppose you'd care to help out a down-on-her-luck chef, would you? Go back in time and cut out my tongue. No, then I wouldn't be able to taste my wonderful cooking. Last night I made a terrible bet with a hunter friend of mine, Vinaza. I told him cooking was art and hunting was peasants' work. He took offense. I boasted I'd hunt Shadowfen, collecting ingredients from exotic animals. An Aelit's heart, a Kaguti's ribs, eggs of a giant wasp, and delicious mud crab claw meat. I'd meet him in Hismir and prepare a feast to prove it. But I can't hunt. That's one of the problems. I know you can find these beasts all over Shadowfen, but I don't know where. And I'd get killed if I went roaming around the swamps. You'll have to ask Vinaza, but don't let him know I sent you. Just appeal to his vanity. The old lizard's pride got me into this. I don't see why it shouldn't get me out, too. He's probably just outside the city hunting. That's what he does all the time. Thinks he's the greatest gamesman in Shadowfen. Don't ask. What I have to do if I lose, oh, it doesn't bear thinking upon. Just know that if I lose this bet, I'll have to stay drunk for the rest of my life to live down the shame.
Your timing is impeccable.
You hear that? It's like whispering, or... I don't know. I've never heard anything like it. It's probably just my imagination.
Your doors tonight. They found another one.
This guar gives its life so we may have meat. Now I give you my time. Why? Oh? Do the winds speak my name? Or the birds? Or is there perhaps someone else who told you to speak with me? My adroitnosity is known throughout the fen, of course, but it whispers only to its creatures, and me, of course. Everyone? The Metropolinia hum with tales of my vergoritude. Well, who am I to deny them? Go ahead, ask your questions. The Fens speak to me readily about their bountinosity of beasts. Please, ask me about any of these and I will stupendify you with my knowledge. But know that most beasts of the Fens can be found anywhere, if you are wise enough to find them. Interesting, but deadly insects. They can be found singly or in swarms. Beware the Wasp Queen. She has a mighty sting, and is often protected by her lesser drones. Wasps dwell mostly in the venomous fens, the southernmost region of Shadowfen. Mud crabs live all over the world, but the sweetest of the heart.
You could craft something nice with that. I usually throw back the small ones. Always wonder if they're thankful that today's not their day. Couldn't have landed that better myself.
keeping that idiot. He should be back by now. Dominion troops have been spotted in this area. Steer clear if you've a mind to keep your head. Servild Steelwind, deputy to the Vice Canon Hrondar. My son and I were sent to this festering sewer on a mission of vital importance to the Pact. A number of Argonian relics are scattered throughout this swamp. I've been told that they're powerful enough to turn the tide of the war in our favor. I was skeptical, but the Dominion presence here seems to confirm it. We need to get to them first. They don't look like much. Little Argonian carvings. I have no idea why they're so important. You'll find them inside 4 reliquaries, near the stone altars in the swamp. My son and I were delayed on the road. A Pact scout should be here any minute to take the relics back to Stormhold. If I'm not here, he'll raise an alarm that would wake dead Isgramor. I sent my boy to get them, but he's worthless. Norland. Boy couldn't find his own arse with a clairvoyance spell. Takes after his whoring mother. Enough talk. When you find the relics, bring them here.
You should have run.
You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out. Never a bad time to cast some lines.
What are you doing? Are you insane? Don't you know what taking those relics will do to the Dreg? What? Our orders were to protect the reliquaries. Removing the relics is the worst thing you could do. This is a disaster! Removing the relics will enrage the Dreg. The Tree Minders will lose control over them. It's not that simple. There's a whole ritual to perform. The Tree Minders must first calm the Dreg, and then return the relics to their containers. But my father knows this. He knows the relics can't be disturbed. This is madness! We must warn the Tree Minders. Take the relics to Tree Minder Ralital. Her camp is near the ruins. She'll know what to do. I'll go back to the camp and speak to my father. There must be a logical explanation for this. My father wasn't at our camp. Wait, where are Tree Minder Ralital and the others? A Tree Minder never leaves a fire untended. Even if Tree Minder Ralital was called away, one of the other Tree Minders should have stayed to tend the fire. My father would sooner lose an arm than disobey orders. I smell treachery. I'll wager this is some twisted Dominion plot. Give the relics to me. You've done enough damage for one day. Forgive me. I've no right to blame you. You were only following my father's orders. You can trust me. The relics will be safe with me until we locate Tree Minder Ralital and the others. The Dreg may have taken them. They've been driven insane with bloodlust. Dreg buried their captured prey alive, in piles of hardened mud. We must find them before they suffocate. We should separate to cover more ground. If you find them, bring them back to this camp. Make haste! Every moment puts them closer to death.
Useful. Hold on to that.
last. Not safe here. Come, my camp is at the ruins. As mud as my mother. Njorlund breathes no more. Sithis has called him back to chaos. Look at the blade. That's Servild's weapon. What could drive a father to such madness that he would murder his own hatchling? Then Servild has betrayed us all. Perhaps he has been taken by some madness. Or perhaps he is in league with our enemies. Balance must be restored. Where are the relics now? Yet here is his body, and the relics are nowhere to be found. If Servild was an agent of the Dominion, the relics could already be in our enemies' hands. In time, they will discover how to use them to control the Dreg. The Dominion camp at Bog's Edge. I'm no warrior, but there is something I can do. A ritual that might serve as a diversion. I'll need something from their camp. Something laden with their scent. Can you do this? When you have the item, bring it to the reliquary within these ruins. I'll prepare myself for the ritual and meet you there.
And down they go. Give them a fight. Treasure. Must be our lucky day. Always nice to get stocked up. Building up a stash. Good thinking.
The prey scent is placed into a sacred vessel to attract the nearest predator. This ritual will turn the Dreg on the dry-skinned fools who seek to enslave them. The Dominion must be stopped before they learn the secrets of the relics. And Servild must pay for Njorlund's murder. Let us begin. Place the item on the reliquary. The seed is planted. The Dreg are frenzied by the Dominion scent. Servild must be stopped, and the relics returned. The wind tells me that they are near Mudshallow Cave in the Dominion camp. Make haste. You have nothing to fear. Your smell will be sun-blessed to their senses, and the Dominion dryskins will smell like prey, the most delicious freshwater trout. Go quickly, before Servild flees with the relics.
Always worth stocking up. soon.
You won't live to tell this tale.
The winds have changed. The storm clouds part. You have the relics, yes? I can sense them. Zuth, I have heard of such things, but didn't think the Dominion capable of such a horrific act. Skin stealers. And yet, the spirits of Njorland and Sayrvild rejoin the One, and their empty shells nourish the roots of the tree. Many thanks to you. I must return the relics to their rightful places, and quickly.